Good morning everyone and welcome to December the 4th. I cannot believe it's already the 4th of December. We are almost a week in already and I feel like December is really snowballing. So today I have a day planned. I'm heading off out into town to pick up a few Christmas bits. Today I really want to focus on getting stocking fillers and small gifts and gift wrap and a couple of bits just in general that I need from town. I'm really struggling this year with stocking fillers. I've got 3 children, two of which are not children. I've got one who is 19, she's going to be 20 at the end of January. I've got one who has just turned 18, and then I've got one who has just turned 13. And I feel like it's really difficult to get stocking fillers for children of that age. Not that they're children. They're always going to be my children. I'm going to refer to them as children, even though 2 of them are technically grown adults. It's really difficult to get stocking fillers for people of those ages because they are so, I wouldn't say difficult to buy for. It's just the stuff that they want is digital and you can't put digital things into stockings. So I'm really struggling this year with what I'm going to put into their stockings. So I'm really hoping that a trip into town, I'll be able to find things that will inspire me. My eldest is actually quite easy to buy for. I could fill up her stocking like that. But I do not want to fill up her stocking until I know that I've got things for the other 2 as well, because I don't want her to have a bunch of gifts in her stocking and the other 2 to not, because I've not been able to think of things for them. You see my dilemma. So I'm going to go into town. I'm going to see what I can find in the way of stocking sized and stocking priced gifts. I did a bit of a Google search last night because I'm all out of ideas, I really am. My son is only really interested in being on his Xbox, and because he has the Xbox subscription service, I can't remember what it's called, the monthly payment, he's got all his games on there. I cannot buy him a game. He's got his controllers, he's got his headset, like there is nothing else that he needs for his Xbox. So there's no real kind of gift ideas there. He is not really into smellies and things. He's not really into that. Clothes, he's a nightmare to buy for. He's very fussy about what he will wear, and clothes won't fit into a stocking anyway. And I feel like he's just got everything that he needs, and I don't want to fill his stocking with random stuff just so that I can fill it. I want to fill it with things that can be useful to him. And also fit into the budget. The same with my 13-year-old. She has everything that she needs. She has everything that she wants. So it's really difficult to find things that are going to fit in the stocking, but also budget-wise. The Google search that I did for stocking fillers for teens was ridiculous. It was things like AirPods and watches and stuff like that. Expensive gifts. Stockings should be a little bit more frivolous, I think. Certainly they always have been in our family. They're just a little bit silly. A couple of novelty gifts, a couple of things that you can use, and some treats. That's what it's always been. So it's become difficult. Anyway, I'm waffling because I'm procrastinating and I don't want to go out because it's cold. I'm going to go into town. I'm going to see what I can get, and I will come back to you when I get home with a lovely hot cup of tea. So I went into town this morning to try and figure out stocking fillers because I'm having a huge amount of trouble trying to find gifts that are small enough to go in a stocking, that are affordable and that are actually suitable and not just stuff. And my mind has been drawing a blank, so I thought I would go into town today to get a little bit of inspiration and maybe think of some ideas for stocking fillers. And I was so disappointed. I don't know what's really happening to the high street, but all I could find stocking filler sized gift wise was toiletries, and like the little, you know, the little mini alcohol bottles that come with the tumblers. And like I was scouring town all over the place and nothing. I've got nothing for stockings other than kind of treats. But anyway, I did get a few other bits, and I'm going to share those with you now in like a little kind of festive mini haul. And then we're going to get on and we're going to fill the crackers, the Christmas crackers for this year. I managed to get that done at least. So the first place I went to was Asda, and in Asda I needed to pick up a few things. It was actually my main bet for stocking filler sized gifts, and such a letdown. But I did manage to get some new Christmas lights for the front window. The ones that are in there at the moment are really, really dull because they're battery powered. These ones are plug-in. There are 100 and they are warm white. They should be perfect for the window. It doesn't need to be anything too crazy. And they were £7. So quite good, and I can pop them back in this little box, which I quite like. Usually they come in cardboard boxes and you can't get them back in. So yeah, kind of good. Next thing I picked up was some white Lindors. These are going to go into the crackers. I picked up a little bottle of almond essence for our baking day. I popped everything else on my Tesco order that's coming on Friday, and we're going to have a baking day maybe Sunday or Monday, but I forgot this, so I grabbed that really quickly. And then I found in the Christmas section this little festive family game set. This was, I think, £5. Yeah, £5, and it's got inside it 50 trivia cards, 50 charades cards, 50 Who Am I cards, and 4 cone hats. And I thought that would be really, really good to pop into the Christmas Eve box for some Christmas Eve nights, some Christmas Day nights, maybe even Boxing Day would be a nice little thing to get out. Nice and cheap, and it looks really nice and festive as well. So that's everything I got from Asda. Next I popped into Savers because on the 12th of December I tend to do kind of like a halfway there pamper evening. And I really wanted to get some kind of Christmassy pamper bits, you know, like bubble baths and stuff like that. Again, hugely disappointed. They had very little in the way of kind of festive scents and things for Christmas, like Christmas bath bombs and stuff like that. There just wasn't. There was a couple of little bits, but they were definitely aimed towards like children. So I might have to go on Lush and order a couple of Christmassy bath bombs for that. But I did end up picking up a bag of M&Ms and just some wipes that I can take to work. These are the Cherish Ageless Marine Extract and Niacinamide wipes. I'm going to take these to work because I work in a canteen and we fry a lot of things. We get quite greasy, so it'd be nice to have some wipes I can just pop into my bag and just clean myself off with at the end of the shift before I come home. So next place I went was Card Factory, and I picked up a couple of rolls of this matte gold wrapping paper because I have run out of the wrapping paper that I like. I've only got kind of like a weird deer one now. And I also picked up Christmas cards for next year. I tend to pick up the next year's cards. So I'm kind of running ahead basically. I picked up last year's cards earlier, and then these are for next year, so I can just pop them in my wrapping box, and then I've got them ready to go. So I can be writing these in like September, October, get them out of the way, get them put to one side, and they're ready to go in December. And I picked up this little book for my daughter for her little Christmas gift, part of her Christmas gift. I'm not going to say too much because she's in the house and I don't want her to overhear. And then I picked up this little mini handbag size Christmas planner. I think this was about, let me see, £3.50, something like that. Where was it? Oh, £1.50, sorry, £1.50 for that really handy little handbag size planner. So I thought that was quite nice. Next up, I went into Poundland, who actually had some quite nice Christmas bits, but again, nothing really in the way of gifting. So I just picked up some goodies really for Christmas stockings, and I'll try and deal with gifts later on. So I picked up, these are not for stockings, these are for me, some Mr. Kipling mince pies. I picked up some candy canes to replenish the hot chocolate station candy canes. I got, again for me, because I love these, some soft mints. And then for each of the kids' stockings, I've got a little mini Pringles and some sweets to go in the stockings. Like I say, I'm still on the hunt for gift ideas for teenagers who kind of have everything that they want. Quite difficult. And the very last place I visited today was actually the market and the flower stall, plant stall that's on the market, because I wanted to pick up some greens for making wreaths and centerpieces. So I got 4 of these noble fir boughs. These were 2 for £5, and some of them are like massive, like really big. So I'm gonna be, oh, they smell so good. So I'm going to be making a wreath and a centerpiece with those. And then the very last thing I got was a couple of hellebores. These are going to be going out in the little side bed by the house. These are lovely plants, nice evergreens, and they keep their flowers for a really long time. Like half the year these flowers are going to be sitting on this plant. Really nice. I've got a couple of those, and they are Camelot hellebores. A couple of those lovely evergreens, and £5 each. Not bad going. So that's it for my haul for now. I've just got to pop out really quickly, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do the crackers. Okay, so I've come up to the bedroom to take advantage of the slightly more favourable lighting. It's very dark downstairs. These are the crackers that I'm going to be using this year. These are the Festive Folktale crackers from B&M. They were £8, and I picked these up very early on in the season. It will have been early to mid-October, just after B&M actually started to put out their Christmas stuff, because the way I like to do crackers is I like to buy some that have the design that I like, that are ready made and ready to go, and then I will open them up, empty out the gifts that are inside, and replace those gifts with more personalised things and a couple of little treats, then reseal them back up again, ready for Christmas. Now, there are kits out there to make your own crackers. So they come with the card, they come with the joke, they come with the snap, the hat, everything that you need, and then you fill them with your own gifts. And I've done those a couple of times, and they're really easy to do. They're quite fun to do with children as well. But I find that you can't really get specific designs. They always, I find, look a little bit cheap. And they quite often are kind of £3 or £4 for the kit. Whereas I find if you spend just a little bit more and get the ready-made crackers, they tend to be a bit more sturdy, bigger, and kind of ready to go with all the stuff that you need. And then you can just replace the gifts that are inside them. Now this year is going to be a little bit different, because I picked these ones up purely because I liked the look of them. And then when I got home, I realised that it's all kind of plastic free, which is really nice and really refreshing to see. Well done at B&M. And actually these gifts aren't bad. So I think what I'm going to do this year is I'm actually going to leave these gifts in, and then I'm just going to add to them with a couple of little chocolates. My original plan was to pop in some chocolates and to pop in a scratch card each, so that after dinner or after lunch, whatever you want to call it, whenever you have your Christmas meal, you've got something else to do kind of gift wise. However, I went and bought the scratch cards, and they are They're like this, they're huge. They're not going to fit. So I'm just going to put some chockies in here, just to kind of top them up really. It was a bit difficult, I won't deny, this year to try and find gifts for the teens. So my eldest is about to turn 20, my middle child has just turned 18, and my youngest is 13. And really, their only interests are their phones, gaming, and kind of going out with their mates. So, I mean, my eldest is a little easier. I probably could have gotten a gift for her for the cracker that would have fit, but I was really struggling to find things for the other two. So I've decided just to put some chocolates in here, and then I'll put their scratch cards into their Christmas stockings because that's a bit more sizable. But I think if you've got young children, it's really, really easy to find cracker gifts that are the right size. And it's a really, really easy, cheap, simple way to kind of personalise crackers a little bit more. So I'm just going to grab out my chocolates and I'm going to show you how I refill these. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate on this one because it's already missing one of its little pine cones. So we only actually need 4 crackers for Christmas Day because there are only 4 of us here and there are 6 in this box. So I do have a couple of spares if bits do go awry. And I'm very, very carefully going to take off one end ribbon. It doesn't help that these ones are hot glued where they've put the pine cone on. Normally they wouldn't be, normally they'd just be a ribbon. I would recommend that you buy some extra ribbon. Quite often the ones that are on here are kind of like curling ribbon and they will break and rip as you take them off. So there you go, now I've got the hot glue off. It's nice and easy just to take that end tight off. And then you can very gently pull, be careful of the snap, that open. And inside there you can slide down your gift, your chocolate, whatever it is that you want to put into your cracker. Now because this is one of the spares, I'm not going to put anything in here, but that was just to kind of show you how easy it is to get these guys off. If they come off perfectly unscathed, keep hold of them and retie them. If not, you will need to replace them with your other ribbon. So I'm going to pop you on time lapse and we're going to get these done. Okay, so now these are augmented. I have popped 3 white chocolate Lindors because they match in with the gold. You can put in whatever chockies you like. And I've popped a candy cane in as well. I'm just going to retie the ribbon. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then later on I will get the glue gun out and I will reattach the cute little sparkly pine cone onto here and they will be ready to go for Christmas Day. Okay, so the crackers are now all done. They are much heavier and I think although crackers can be a little bit of a disappointment, I think they're just fun to have on the dining table on Christmas Day. They're a little bit silly, but I like the idea of the crackers kind of exploding with things. So I have left the open end without the little pine cone at the moment, just in case I do think of anything that I can pop into these gift wise. But I think they are fine just as they are. You don't need to go overboard with gifts in crackers. I don't think crackers are such, they're supposed to be little silly nonsense things, but if you do have small gifts, maybe jewelry, small makeup things like that, then that actually works as a really nice kind of gift packaging if you're giving it to somebody rather than trying to kind of wrap a lipstick or a mascara or something. It's actually really cute to pop it into a little cracker and it just makes it a little bit more fun, a little bit more silly, just a nice thing to have for Christmas. That's one thing off my list. And the good news is I still have 4 lovely Lindors left, which I get to treat myself to with a nice hot chocolate before I go to work. Today has been a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I had to go into town and get all them bits, and that took a little bit longer than I thought. Then when I got home, I realised I'd forgotten the scratch cards, so I had to go back out to the local shop and get the scratch cards. Then I had to come home, make dinner, do the crackers, and I think I've got about 45 minutes now until I've got to go to work. And I've just realised that I didn't make an intro for this video. So I'm going to make an intro now, so you will see me at the beginning of the video, or you will have already seen me at the beginning of the video. Going a bit stir crazy. Everything is getting on top of me at the moment, so it's really nice to be just crossing things off. Tomorrow I am going to be, hopefully, depending on when my Amazon arrives, making a Christmas wreath, which I'm really excited to do. It's the first time I've ever made one, a live one. I've made lots of artificial ones with pics and things before, but this will be the first time I've made a live one. So depending on when the Amazon delivery comes, I'll either be doing that tomorrow, which will be Thursday, or on Friday. And we'll be wrapping up the week with a lovely wreath. So I've put them fir boughs, I've made a new cut on them, and I've put them into a bucket of water for now. Oh, I know what I'll do tomorrow. I will go out and forage the rest of the bits that I need for the wreath. That'll be so much fun. So I'm going to sign off for now. That's today done, crackers done, a little bit of Christmas shopping done. Things checked off the list, which I'm very happy about. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great evening, guys. Bye bye.